Hi, welcome to part 3, Mixed Media. Beginners 101, just a great project that to teach you different ways to think about things and different ways to do this simplistically done, and then we'll build from there in further classes. But now we are on to where we're going to add some spray. Now, let's talk about a few things before I bring the camera down. Here is where we're at right now. Okay? We wrote our words. We covered it with some paper. We glued our paper down. We painted it with a base coat. You could definitely use white. I used a titanium beige. But white would work just as well. But we're going to, I kind of did that because, I don't know. It just felt like it, I guess. No specific reason. But you can use whatever color you want. Now, we're going to do sprays and stencils. I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to show you how to mix up your own spray stuff. Again, like I was saying earlier, these are the Tulip brand fabric sprays. Yes, fabric sprays. I buy those. There are brands on the market that are very, very inexpensive that you can get. Or I'm going to show you how you can make your own. I could go on and on about the different sprays and adding different things in it, but I really just don't want to do that right now and get too much, get too ahead of what this basic is going to be, because I want to keep it very basic for you. So I'm just going to show you a very easy technique to mix in your own plastic bottles, and it has the spray, and I'm going to show you how to make your own with the paints that you bought. And again, Roy G. Biv, black, white, and is my and brown is my normal thing. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white, and brown. All those colors give you every color of the rainbow you could possibly buy. Store brand paints are great when you're starting out, and then you can start building on from there. I think it's the best way to do it. I think buying an inexpensive and using a coupon, buy inexpensive sketch pad, mixed media pad, printer paper, whatever. I've discussed this in prior video, but just to reiterate, because it's so much fun. So I'm going to take you on down. Bear with me for a second. Make sure I get y'all in there. There we go. As you can see, I turned my canvas long ways. So now instead of it being this way, okay, I'm going to do it this way. I don't think I need my ruler in there. I think I can get it on the camera a little bit better, and it's going to give us a, more of a surface for me to work on and to show you what I'm going to do. So first, let's start with, you know what? I'm going to set this aside. I just changed my mind for a second. I do that all the time. You will be used to it. You will get used to it. Okay. Let's do this fun thing. I have a piece of fun foam you buy at the dollar store, craft store. I'm going to cut a piece off. Okay, if you have no stamps, no stencils, don't be upset. We're going to make some, and we will make it from, let's make it from this lid from probably one of my sprayers. I don't know. But you could use anything. You can use, any kind of item that you have that can be pressed in and make a, like the bottom of your, we'll do a couple of those too. First, what you want to do is, this is just fun foam, kids fun foam, 3 for $1, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to heat it up, and we'll do section by section so you can see, and then we'll do the imprint. So I'm heating this up, heating it up, just for a few seconds. You'll see it kind of make a little squish. And then take what you want and press it in real hard. And lift out. Press in real hard. Take it out. You want it to be more uniform. Measure, do what you do. Okay, and then let me see if I can find something else I can use to show you. I'll use my hair thing that I never have ever used for my hair. I'm going to heat down here though, because if you reheat that, it'll pop out. So I'm just going to heat this a minute. As you can see, that little one popped out, but I'll redo. And then I'm just going to stick this in. Stick in, press, stick in, press, stick in. As hard as you can. Okay. And there you have some more texture. And I'll hold it so you can see. See the texture we're going? Now let's say you have a stamp. I'm going to cut this in half because I don't want to get that texture out. Let's say you have a stamp. And I know I have a stamp because I showed you a stamp. But can I find the stamp that I showed you? Yep. Okay. One of my favorite stamps. As you can see, I use... Okay. So, I'm going to heat up my foam. I'm going to take my stamp. I'm going to press it down. You could use an old mouse pad underneath of it to really get like a good impression, and it gives that little bit of bounce. But as you can see, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. No, only am I gorgeous, but that's gorgeous. Okay. So then I'm going to cut, as you can see, I don't want to get those off. So I'm going to use those because we'll use all these. And this is just a small piece of foam. Remember, you have a lot of foam left. This is a smaller sheet, but you can get the big, thinner sheets. They all work. But let me do this little circle here. I don't want to heat up my thing too much and lose my circle. Yep, see, it pops right out, so you can keep reusing them. But let me do this, and then this, and then I'll cut that, and then I'm going to just very fast redo this one with my glue. And you only have to heat it a second. I'm just going to push it down. Push it down. Okay? Again, just general ideas. You can use, I mean, your mind can go crazy with what you could press into these things. So you have different beads or stamps or stencils, or it can go crazy. But here we are. So we have some circles. This we just did with a little, which you can definitely do with a paintbrush or a plastic fork or whatever. We heated it and we have our stamp. And then we have our circles. So, let me move my heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, use your hair dryer on the hottest setting. You might have to hold it an extra minute just because, you know, just to get it hot. And you can also use your hair dryer on this to dry it too. You don't necessarily need a heat gun. Heat guns are great for embossing. I love my heat gun. I use it for all kinds of different things. However, again, you don't have to have it to. You don't have to have it to do this, or to do these. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your hair dryer will do just fine. Now I'm using a permanent ink. Memento Tuxedo Black. There is Stays On. There is quite a few that are fade-resistant dye inks that are waterproof. You just have to read the back. For instance, this is captures even your most intricate images, stamped impressions, 1-star, water-resistant, and will not migrate. So, let's start. I'm just going to lay him there. I'm going to take my circles first, and I'm just going to kind of give it a press on my ink pad. I usually will do it like this, where I turn it over. Let me show you another way to do it. Where I kind of tap it like this, where you can get a little bit more pressure, and you can see the darker it got. And then I will take wherever I want, I don't care where, and put it down and give it a press. Pick it up, and look at your cool impression. Over here, same thing, just a little push, push, push. Pick it up. And it doesn't matter, it's not making a full, you know, what exactly full impression that you want. You're just looking for some texture. But look how cool that is. Until you're done with the, you know, until the ink's done. Just keep putting it around. Apparently I got it on my fingers too. Something you can do is, if you make many of these, you can put them on. You can go to your, what's it called? Home improvement store. Gets like inexpensive pieces of wood. You can get cardboard, you know, like thick cardboard that comes in packaging, which this isn't thick, but pretend like this was a thick piece, and then you could just glue this on, so you have, you know, somewhere where you can hold it and then stamp it down. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's another great tip. But yeah, so you see, now you just made your own little, and look how cool. We can make those steampunky, which I'll probably do later in a video somewhere. Okay. Now let's work with our, and I'm doing black for a reason today. It's so you guys can see it very well. You can use any color you have. And if you don't have permanent, then you don't have permanent. It doesn't really matter. When you go over it with paint, though, it won't stay what you printed. Do you know what I'm saying? It'll run it like watercolor would run. But, you know, work with what you got. You can also use, which I'll show you next, paint. So you see this? I'm just going to put them here. Give them a little press. And look how cool. Look how cool. Now see, this is how wacko I am. And I say that with love, but I'm sitting here looking at these thinking, oh my gosh, I know what I'm going to do with those already. And I'm not even. I mean, look how many impressions I'm getting with one inking. And you can just press down quick and just get, you know, a little bit. You don't have to push down to get all that ink out of it. Now these will stay. Now you have these, your own stamps, your own things. Oh, and we're not done yet. We have our, gotta see what everything looks like. We have our lines that we made. So let's just give this a quick ink up. Again, I'm just, okay. And we'll do it right here. And look how cool. Use your imagination too, because when I show you what I'm going to do next, after I always see how these print out, well, that's a really cool print. I really dig that. I'll tell you why, and I'm going to show you why. And see? Now these go in your collection. You start a little baggie, go to the dollar store, buy like gallon size like Ziploc bags. Start your little collection there. You got your little own stamps. But look how cool this is. Let me find a really good way to show you. I don't know how well. But if you can see in here, I'm going to really get in there. You can see the underneath of the paper and then of the background. So how cool is that? Now, this is our other one with the I think that's the glue. Yeah, this is the glue one. And these are bigger circles. So let me just give it a quick old stamp up. Okay. And we'll just stamp. Now you see the opposite of that? See how that has the darkness in? This has the lightness in. So you see the two different ways it came up. Doesn't matter what color you're using to stamp. Doesn't matter if you stamp over something you stamped. It's just more texture that's going to peep through. Okay? So let me show you one last thing I'm going to do. Oh, I love this one too. Huh, really happy. Okay, so this was the smaller plastic lid. Okay, this was the smaller plastic lid, and this was the glue stick. Okay. Oh, sorry. This was the glue stick one. Okay, so look how cool. And we just made our own stamp. Now let me show you one more little tidbit of a trick that's really cool and fun. I'm going to cut. It'll just be a small one like this. Okay. I'm going to move him out of the way for a minute. I'm really loving that. Now, let's say you want to do a word. Who doesn't want to do a word? Don't make the mistake that I've made many times and wrote the word as if I'm writing. Write it backwards. So I'll do an easy one. Let's do love. Now, if you're fancy and you can write all fancy, press hard. Remember. You want it to go in there to make an impression. And again, you know, I'm kind of on the spot here, but you'll see. Then you can do like a little heart down here, because a heart either way, any way that you show it is a heart. Okay? You want to make it thicker? Make it thicker. It's all in what you want. It's what you use to use it with. If you have a dry marker like a Sharpie, do you know what I'm saying? You know how like sometimes your markers, use that with this. That's great too. But I just kind of want to show you another kind of technique. I'll put it right here so you can see it. So I'm going to have that there. I'm going to ink it up. And it's inked, as you can see. Now I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put the word. And look, and I didn't press hard to really make sure it hit everywhere, but I'll do that over here. There you go. That's a perfect one. Look at how cute. That's just for me doing the phone. So you could personalize. And I'll just keep pushing until all the ink's out because I like using every bit. Now imagine this, if you're making cards or you're using a piece of paper. I don't have any paper here. Let me do it on the back of this. Let's see. Let me just see if I can get this the way I want it. I don't want to make too much of a mess, but I just want to show you. Everything falls over. I'm such a messy Marvin. I'm just going to push this down on this paper to show you how it doesn't just have to be on a canvas. You can use this for cards. You can do, you know, you can actually print things out on a photo program. you know, that you have free on your computer or you download, and can write words and put them backwards and then just trace them on here on the foam, and you have a great thing. So let me show you this. Let me just bring it up just a little bit. You don't necessarily have to see me. So you see what we got going on. Now this is just using black ink pad, Memento. I'm using, but there stays on. I mean, there's a lot that archival. There's a lot that are permanent. I'm sorry to get my arm in the way there. I just wanted to shut that. Okay, so imagine you do this first one. You go out, you buy the minimal supplies, okay? And then you're saying to yourself, wow, you know, they're having a sale on them. I might pick me up a blue and a red, or a pink or something. And then you could stamp all the different different things in different colors and have all that to add on it too. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried. I want you to start this. I want you to get into it. I want you to learn. I want you to love it and find out ways to do it so you don't feel like you have to spend a fortune. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with my heat gun, because this ink, once it's hit with your heat gun and dried, and if you're using your hair dryer, and you know what's great? You can go to the art or craft store, use your coupon, and get one of these for $9. When they're having a good sale, and you can get a heat gun, very inexpensive at your art store. Always use a coupon. But you just want to kind of hit all the ink. You know, you don't have to be crazy about, you know, like, oh, make sure I hit everything, because if it smears a little bit, it's not going to kill nobody. It just adds to the beauty of the piece. I would hang this up right now, just like this. I've been known to do crazier things. This video is going to be a tad bit longer, and because I want to do the sprays next. And some stencil. Maybe I'll do stenciling and then go on to the next video with what I want to do next, because I kind of want to keep you in the vibe of this, because this is kind of making your own. And you can sit one day, and the kids too. I mean, think how much fun the kids can have finding things in their room. A car, one of their little cars that they love, they can turn sideways. I went out at Halloween time and got some skulls and whatnot from the dollar store and had a blast. So you can make anything, and you can use anything. So our next thing I want to show you are some stencils with some sprays. This is a very inexpensive stencil you can buy, and I'm just going to lay it wherever I want it. And I think first I'm going to teach you how to do your own spray. Let me move this out of the way first. Then I want to think of the color I want to use. Let's see. Let's use pink. Pink. And I'm going to, oh, it's a brand new pink. Excuse me while I kind of use my teeth there. Don't you do that now. You use scissors. Do as I say, not as I do. And you just want to give a nice ploop in your bottle. Okay, and as much as you want. If you want to use half the container, I'm just showing you demo, you know, for demoing. But let me see here. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water. I just have a bottle of water, just because we want to thin it out. And I'll hold that up so you can see. That's all the water I put in. Can you see? It's about maybe ½ inch, close to an inch. And I'm going to stick my lid in. I'm going to have to cut that. So, and then we're going to shake. And shake and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake. Okay, so you see we have color. I don't know if the tube's going to be too big. If it is, I'll go in and cut it. But so I'm going to shake it. I'm going to give it a couple pumps. And there we go. Yeah, I think my thing's too long, which I can fix. It's this creepy thing. It's that thing. It's a little long. Let's see if that helps. See, it happens to all of us. Everything is still a little too long. Well, I'll be. How funny is that? Give it a roll more shake. It really does work. I'm not lying. I think my thing's too long, and it's going to take me too long to kind of do what I want to do here for you, to show you how well it works. But why is that so long? Come on, Squirty. There we go. Put paper underneath if you're not liking the overspray. It doesn't bother me. I have more overspray than a person should have. Okay, so there you see we did our pink. I'm going to hit it with your hair dryer or your heat gun just for a minute. Just to kind of give it a second to... No big deal. I always do. I don't know if it's for luck or for... Not luck, but for... because I feel like it or whatever. But you see? Now, I don't waste this. I turn it over here. Take my paper towel, which I seem to have lost, or your hands, and press down, and you get another impression over there. What do I do with my paper towels? Here it is. I buy paper towels from the dollar store because they're inexpensive, and sometimes you can get 2 in a pack, and I just use them because I just... Okay, so you see, you made your own ink. I probably would have put a little bit more paint in it other than water. You know, because I think I put a little bit too much water in there, so a little bit more paint would have been a little bit better, but I'm happy with it. I'm not complaining at all. I'm going to hit it real quick just to give it a minute to dry, a second to dry. Color came out great. You got a great spray. Okay. So now I'm going to use some of these other things I have. What do we got here? I got this from an art store, craft store. It came 3 in a package. Used a coupon. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to take, well, I did pink, so let's see. Now I didn't clean my bottles. Usually you store them upside down with their caps on and it won't get clogged. I'm not really good at that. So I usually am in the bathroom cleaning them before I use them. So that's just a little tip for you. I'm going to shake it a little bit. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, see, it's a little clogged there. It's going to come out though. And you don't have to do the whole, you know, you want a little bit over there, do a little squirt over there. Lift it up, and you see? Turn it over here, put a little bit of it down, and you're just taking off your excess. So that's fantastic. That's another thing. I'm just showing you basic stenciling. And I'll hold this all up so you can see it. I just want to give it a quick dry. Because you see that if you use your black, if you use your watercolor your homemade homemade water sprays with your paints. They'll go a long way because you can mix colors to make different colors in your water. And they really work well. You don't necessarily want a full-blown complete scene stencil because what we're doing is mixed media. You want bits and pieces of everything. So, can you see that so far? Can you see where we did? Let me see if I can lift this up a little bit. There we go. See where we did our stenciling right here? That's our stencil going the whole way through. Now, I see over here, I see here, I see here, I want to add some. So let me get down a little bit more. And this is something you can get at the dollar store. It's just one of those hard plastic rulers with the things for the kids. They're fun to use. I'm going to use a little bit of Glimmer Mists spray. All it is like a black cherry color, so you can use whatever you have. And you just want it to kind of be a hue. See that? And then I'll take it over here. Let's see, where do I want it? And just lay it and press it. I don't care if the letters don't show through. It's just getting the ink on. And then you just take your rag and wipe off. If you want. I usually don't wipe off. But you can. And you can see how cool the letters look. I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm going to give this a real quick dry. I mean, I really don't care if I hold it up and it runs and you see it, but you know, I just want you to get the gist. Not that I don't care, but I just want you to get the gist of it. And these are cute. You can get these at the store. This is actually supposed to be a full crown, but I'm only going to use this part right here that kind of looks like a bean. A bean. And I'm going to just set that right there. And what we're going to do for this one is use a brush, a pouncer scruff brush. We're going to use paint. And let's use, you know, let's use a little bit of blue just to stick out. And I'm just going to pour it, I mean, like just a little bit right there. And it's just, this color is light blue. But again, your color scheme is your color scheme. If you want to follow what I'm doing, I say yay. This is light blue. If you don't, if you only have a dark blue, add a little bit of white to it, you have light blue. And then I'm just going to kind of stencil it in. I should probably hold it down better. And just a light stencil over. I don't go over it much. I just kind of go back and forth. Down here a little bit. And see how cool? And I will hold it up again, like I said. And then I'll just press it here and kind of get whatever the blue off of it I can. Very good. Very cool. And then maybe a nice little splash spiral right here, and I'll finish up this blue in just pieces. Doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason, we just want some of that color there. And we'll pick it up and we'll mush it over here. And there you go. So that is the next part. And we're going to leave this dry. And when you come back for our next video, we will be doing some more stuff. So let me just give you... We'll be figuring out what we're going to put in the middle and getting it ready. And all your stuff will be dry. See your alphabet right there? And look at that gorgeous background. Look at that. Oh, love it, love it. Okay, I'll see you with the next video.